Welcome back, and if you're new to my channel, welcome. Today I'll be going over a look that is pretty simple. It's going to be a no foundation look, so I'll be just using concealer. Going to keep it a little light on pretty much everything else and easy. That's the point of this look, so hopefully everyone can follow along and feel it's also very achievable, because that's what I'm going for. I'm going to start out by priming my lids. I'll be using a eyeshadow primer by bareMinerals. It's just a nice primer. It does take a little bit to dry, so that's why I am applying it now. Just gonna go ahead and put this all over my lid. Now that I've got my eye primer applied, I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and then I will be setting it with a little bit of translucent powder as well, just here in a bit. But next I'll be moving on to my concealer, and I'll be using bareMinerals Barepro Concealer today, and it is in the shade Fair Light Warm 02. And what I'm going to do is take a deluxe crease brush from Real Techniques and just take it and brush it across the top of my concealer. These brushes are so versatile and they're one of my favorites. And then I'll start applying it to the blemishes. So these are target areas. So these are little blemishes I've got going on. And I'm just applying the concealer strategically. I'm just continuing to take my brush and go across the top of my concealer and then buff it over the areas that I want, and it goes by, pretty quickly and faster when I'm not talking through it, of course. Take a little bit and run it down my nose, around the corners here. Take just a little bit under my eyes. And then any areas that you just want to lightly cover, you do like a buffing motion. And then any darker areas on your face, you're going to want to use the brush and like a pushing motion, and that just applies more product to that area, so it pushes it into the skin and gives you a fuller coverage. And before applying my concealer, I did prep my face. I washed it and moisturized it. So I did do that step. That's definitely something you're going to want to do. And what I really like about applying concealer like this, just, spot concealing, is, it looks, gets all the blemishes pretty much taken care of, but you also have like your natural skin like coming through, and it's like quick and easy, so it's a win-win. And now to set my concealer, I'm going to go ahead and use a finishing powder by bareMinerals. It is in the shade Translucent, so this is a really versatile powder. It just will help set that concealer and give it a nice little finish, so you don't have to worry about any creasing. And I'll be using my Real Techniques powder brush. It's a nice big fluffy brush to apply my finishing powder. It's also known as setting powder, so we can kind of call it either or. I'm going to tap the excess off and go ahead and press this over all over my face. I'm also going to take some and go over where I had primed my lids. And this is just to set that eye primer. Now to add some color back into my face, I will be applying some bronzer, and it is a bareMinerals bronzer in the shade Goddess. You see that very well right there. And I will be using one of my favorite brushes. It's the mini medium blush brush from Real Techniques. It is so handy. I use it for bronzer, I use it for blush. It's really convenient. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up some of my bronzer and tap the excess off and apply it the hollows of my cheeks and work upwards. I'm also going to take some bronzer across the top of my forehead, sides of my forehead as well, and then here along my jawline. And making sure to blend your bronzer down your neck once you've applied it here on the jawline so that you don't have a harsh line. I'm also going to take some down the sides of my nose here. I'm now going to pop some blush on, and it is another bareMinerals product. It is in the shade Sassy. Go ahead and apply that to the apples of my cheeks. And then just taking the brush and letting it do the work for me, and just brush it upwards to help blend that. The eyes, I'm going to use the shade Soft Cork here out of my well-loved bareMinerals palette. I'm going to take this nice, like medium brown neutral tone and apply this to my crease. Color serves as a really nice transitional shade for my eyeshadow. And what I'm doing today is a fairly simple look that has been, you know, whether I used, you know, a few different colors or not, it's been one of my go-tos for when I want to get ready fairly quickly, and it looks like I've actually taken a lot more time to do this look than I actually have. So it's nice to have those go-to looks that you can count on, that you're comfortable with. Then with the color Sable here, this darker brown, I'm going to go ahead and put a little bit of that on my crease brush and apply it here just to darken up the outer corner, outer V of my eye. And then for the inner half of my lid, I'm going to take the shade here in Apple Blossom. It's a nice pretty pink shade on my base shadow brush, and I'm going to apply that to the inner half of my lid. And with a clean brush, I'm just gonna take it and buff the outer edges here of my shadow just to soften that up so that we don't have any harsh lines. And then with my large smudge brush, also from Real Techniques, I'm going to take that color Sable and I'm going to run some of that just underneath my eye. And some of these steps you can definitely skip when you're in a rush. I am taking the time today to do a little extra, but you know, if I was needing to save time, I could save on either just taking the lighter brown that I originally used in my crease, just running that underneath the eye, and also skipping the step of the darker color Sable in the corner of my eye there. So these steps, that's what I really love about this look, is it's buildable. So there's additional steps, but you could definitely stop at certain steps if you don't have the time. I'm also going to go back in with the soft Cork color and then just run that just below that Sable color that I did, just to soften the under eye up there, just to help it blend. I'm now going to take some black eyeliner. It's a Physicians Formula Glide On Gel Eyeliner in the shade Black Velvet. This is a really nice eye pencil that goes on smoothly, but it's also really like movable, so you can blend it once you've applied it. And then also, as an alternative, you can use a black eyeshadow. I find personally that I can apply the eyeliner quicker and then just smudge it out. So that's what I do, but you can also get a nice soft look with a nice angle brush. So an angle brush like this, and then you can use that to run your black eyeshadow underneath your eyes, and that also gives a nice smoky eyeliner look without the actual eyeliner. And the nice thing about applying it this way is you don't have to be super neat. You just apply it where you want it, and then since I'm gonna smudge it out a little bit later, that it just softens this look up and you don't have to be really precise. Taking this out just a little bit on my outer corner here of the little flick, and I'll smudge it out for a little wing action today. Now that I've got my eyeliner applied, I'm going to go ahead and take my smudge brush again, and I'm going to go ahead and smudge this out to give it a little bit of a softer look. Okay, now that I've got my eyeliner smudged out here, what I do to just kind of clean it up and make it a little more even is just take a cotton bud and or Q-tip, and you take it and just run it along the side here, and it just sharpens that up, so your wing, it's a smudgy wing, so you can, you know, manipulate it to however you want it. That's the beauty of smudging your eyeliner out. And you just kind of can work with it and get the desired effect. Now I'm going to apply some mascara, and it is from Hippie Chic Cosmetics. It's a natural waterproof mascara in black. Go ahead and apply some of this. Now that I've got my mascara applied, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of highlighter. Again, this is a step that if you're in a hurry, like, you definitely do not need to do. I, however, try to make time for this because it really just adds that little oomph to your look, and it's just something I really enjoy doing for myself, and just especially like on the cheekbones up here, it just really just ties in a look. So that's what I'm gonna do here with one of my shades out of my palette here in the shade Starluster. I'm gonna take that and run it just here on my cheekbone. And I'm using my e.l.f. Fluffy Eye Blender brush to apply this. I'm also going to take it up here on my brow bone. Also going to take some and run it down the bridge of my nose right here, a little bit there, on my Cupid's bow, tiny bit on the tip of my nose, and a little bit on my forehead here, just a little bit. Just the smallest amount on my chin, right there. I'm also going to take some of the same shade, the Starluster, on my blending eye brush, also by e.l.f. And I'm going to add a little bit in the inner corner of my eye. And then just to brighten up my under eye area a bit, I'm going to add a little bit of my bareMinerals Bare Skin Complete Coverage Serum Concealer in the shade Light. And I'm going to go ahead and pop a little bit of that underneath my eyes here. And then taking my Deluxe Crease Brush, I'm just going to blend that underneath my eye. And then to set that concealer, I'm going to take a little bit more of my finishing powder on a setting brush and go ahead and lightly dust this to set my concealer underneath my eye. And for my brows today, I'm going to use Physicians Formula Organic Wear Brow Shaping Gel, and it is in the shade Soft Brown. It is a new product that I got. I'm really excited about it. It goes on really nicely and it holds really well. Just this nice soft hold, but keeps your brows in place. I have a habit of taking my fingers through my brows, and it does a fantastic job of just still keeping them in place, because I did that the other day and I was like, oh no, don't do that. And then I looked and I was like, they're still in perfect shape. I'm gonna go ahead and brush my brows up first. Yeah, so in this product, I was so happy to get it, and it's really simple. I use just this, and you can certainly use like an angle brush that holding several things that I've got here, and a lot of times I'll put some of my brown shadow through my eyes to give my eyebrows a little bit more dimension and kind of bump them up a bit. But really this Physicians Formula brow shaping gel on its own is fantastic. I use it by itself all the time. Now that my brows are done, I'll be moving on to the lips, and I will be using a lip liner from bareMinerals in the color Borderline. Here, it's a nice nude shade. It's one of my favorites. I'm gonna go ahead and apply this. And then to finish this look off, I will be adding some lip gloss. It is in the shade Georgia Peach, and it is from bareMinerals. I'm going to go ahead and apply this over the top of my lip liner. I really just love this combo. It's super pretty. Here it is, the finished look. I hope you all enjoyed this. This is the no foundation look that I came up with today. I wear it when I go, you know, run errands, or just whenever you don't feel like having a fuller coverage with foundation. It's really comfortable to wear, and it allows your skin to show through and still enough, you know, comfort to where you feel like you've got foundation on, but basically without. So please don't forget to like and subscribe. I will have links to all the products I used in the description box below, along with my Instagram if you guys would like to follow me there. And this is just a really fun look. I hope you guys can see it all right with my lighting. It's just been a bit darker out since it's the winter season, but this is kind of what I have for lighting for now, and hopefully I'll get a better lighting system before too long. Thanks for watching. Take care, and I'll see you next time. Bye.